What's going on, everybody? It's David Palmer, the Leo King, and this is my show, Uncut Astrology, where I take off the mask or the veil and I go deep into the astrological weekly forecast for the week of October 28th through November the 3rd of 2015. If you have never watched me before, welcome to my astrology channel. I appreciate the support so much. I do astrology a little bit different, a little bit more edgy, a little bit more fun, and I like to bridge that deepness too. And this is definitely deep times. We are in the sun in Scorpio time, right? Where we go deep inside, where we look at our transformation of self. And this is a very powerful time because Saturn has left Scorpio. And this is the first time in 3 years that we have gone through a 30-day period of the sun in Scorpio without Saturn. Over 3 years. The last time was in 2011. So we're coming back. We're coming back to finding the glue in our life. We're coming back to finding our inner needs, our inner wants. We're coming back to feeling not so scared of ourself. Yes, we are challenged in many ways about what is it that we scare ourselves with. But this week, with a moon that is a full moon that's coming out of Taurus, that reminded you of all the tools and all the skills and the swag you have inside of who you are, so you don't scare yourself so much, and so you have tools to deal with not scaring yourself so much. We are now moving into a week of radical and intense change. It is time for things to change. It is time for very new things to come into our life. The reason why I say this, Mars and Venus are going to come into their conjunction. Now remember, this year they have conjoined 3 times. So they conjoined in Aries. They conjoined in Leo. They have now conjoined again in Virgo. That's overwhelming a lot, number one. Usually you don't see Mars-Venus conjunctions. They're usually a once in every couple year transit. This thing is happening again. So this is about big, powerful, new directions and new things seeding in our life. But let's take it back one notch. The moon is going to come after this full moon in Taurus, which was great, by the way, and you can watch my full moon in Taurus video. It comes into Gemini and forms a big mutable cross. The moon's going to oppose Saturn. It's going to square Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. That's that big stellium in Virgo. And it's going to square Neptune and Chiron in Pisces. So Thursday into Friday, a lot of mutable energy, a lot of change all over the place. And we are having to grow up. We are having to look deep inside of ourselves and battle our beliefs, battle these new facts, this new information that our mind is starting to research, where we're needing to become more aware of. And maybe we're actually realizing that there's a new rhythm that we're finding in our life. And we're leaving the past. And now we can rethink. We can re-believe. I don't even know if that makes sense, but we can change our beliefs this week. It's the change that is happening within. That is what Scorpio is about. And this is a powerful change within you, changing about your perceptions this week with this mutable cross. You're becoming aware, you're emotionally changing your mind about where the direction in your life is going, that you're not going to scare yourself anymore, that you're ready to embrace this new, exciting life, because Virgo is the harvest land. We got Jupiter here. This is the bringer of big gifts with a Mars and Venus conjunction. It is about expanding into a new reality, a new life. But in order to do that, you got to let go of the past. You got to embrace that part of yourself that has gone through the ringer. You got to embrace that part of yourself that got delivered a bad hand and realize that that bad hand was to teach you a lot. This is also a week where the Sun and Neptune make a powerful trine, while the Moon comes into Cancer on Saturday and forms a grand trine. So there's this holy moment, how ironic that it's on Halloween, but this holy moment about getting our emotions comfortable with our inner world, getting our emotions comfortable in our sensitivities, and really becoming very clear. After a week that begins with a lot of shifting of the mind, a lot of shifting of, wow, you can really go in a new direction now. You can really take off and form a new life. Why wait? This isn't about waiting for the next transit to happen. This isn't about waiting for the next shoe to drop. Everything is now on a new road, and it's about embracing that new road now. You know, it's not easy to embrace it. We can become critical. We can become, oh, it needs to be this way exactly, and I'll be happy. You know, when you get that much in Virgo, Jupiter, Mars, Venus in a big stellium conjunction, and with seeding a new direction and seeding a new reality and seeding a new self and seeding a new vision, it is a very specific vision that we get so caught up in. But that Neptune, that Chiron and Pisces opposing this is saying, hey, it's a beautiful vision, you know? And it doesn't have to be so specific. It could be, the universe can be bringing you to places for a magical reason. And I think it's about learning about going about your life now, wherever we're being pushed this week, because this week is pushing us on a new road. The past is over. You do not need to be scared of the past anymore. That grand trine that we're going to see on Saturday is overwhelmingly magical. It is overwhelmingly unique. 7, 7, and 7 too. Sevens. Super spiritual. I think that this is even more interesting because Mercury is finishing up in Libra this week. So, you know, as all this is happening, we're still like contemplating or questioning or weighing it out. And you know, Mercury finally gets the hell out of Libra this week. This weekend on Sunday, Mercury enters on November 1st. Rabbit, by the way, on November 1st. Make sure you say it. But Mercury enters Scorpio, and the Sun in Scorpio and Mercury in Scorpio will be the only two planets that will go through Scorpio during the Sun transit. So this is going to be a lot about just understanding your inner world and reformulating our head to understand our inner world. That's what this transit will be through November. But really this week, the main events really are this big, powerful grand trine that's happening after a mutable kind of change and a belief structure and a new idea of the new direction you can take in your life, and not letting your mind or your belief structure affect that anymore. It's almost like our minds are going to have to shift now into this new direction we're taking, that it's here. We have arrived. The big other thing about this is, of course, Mars-Venus conjunction on the weekend while Mercury comes into Scorpio. It's like, it's time to reveal what this road is. There's a lot being revealed this week, especially relationship aspects. Mars and Venus conjoins them together like very powerfully and brings about, but I always say this lately, Venus is ruled by Taurus. Before Libra is Taurus. So our self-worth and our value has to come first before you get the relationship. And you have to seed this new value in yourself now, this new ownership, this new swag, you know, and get that swag going so you can move forward into finding partnerships that are on your same swag level. This is swag level times. If you're finding somebody with low swag and you have high swag, it's not going to work. This is definitely a time where swag levels are connecting. Seriously. But I think it's a magical week. This is like the most magical week of the year. This is the most magical week of the year. It really is. The eclipses are over. Mercury's out of shadow. Mercury's going to come into Scorpio and be much happier now, I think, because I think it's just so overweighing it out so much. Saturn is now at 4 degrees this week, sitting at its shadow spot. Saturn went retrograde at 4 degrees in like 54 minutes. This is the last week of Saturn at shadow period, which means we are all about to jump into extreme powerful new chapters after this week happens. So I know 100% all the marbles on this week. I'm rolling. You know what? Being an astrologer is like a crapshoot. And you got to know when to put all your money on the crap, right? or throw, you know, when to throw. And I'm going to be honest to you, this is the week I'm throwing on. Okay? This is the week I'm throwing on new directions really taking off bigger than ever. This is the week I'm really throwing on relationship stuff being sorted out. This is the week that I'm throwing on magic in the air. This is also while Jupiter opposes Chiron. By the time we get into the beginning of November, the 2nd and the 3rd, this is about extreme powerful healing. This is about also Jupiter making a quincunx to Uranus. Very powerful, unpredictable, exciting new ideas and powerful new directions that are taking hold, all with the Mars and Venus conjunction happening, all while the nodes are on their last spot. This is it, folks. Plus the moon will be in Leo beginning of the week, man. It's going to go with that square to the sun in Scorpio. Whew! That Leo-Scorpio square, now that Saturn and Jupiter are out of those signs, this is going to be passion and readiness and excitement. You're going to feel a positive moon in Leo. It is going to be extreme. You're going to feel an edge. You know? Sometimes that edge could be too much. Remember with Leo Scorpio, it could be the raptor eating, the guts out of somebody, or it could be the most extreme, passionate lovemaking of your life. You can look at it both ways. Wherever you are at in that, it is all seeding this week. That's because next week, literally, Saturn will leave its shadow period and we all move into new territory that we haven't been in for over 28 and a half years. Seriously. It's been a while since we've moved forward. The last time we moved forward into new territory was this time last year, when it was Saturn coming out of Scorpio and into Sag, and we kind of went into this new territory, but we had to go back into Scorpio. So we didn't get to move into the new chapter fully. Now we freaking do! This is the week I put all of it on. Bam, baby! This is it. I want to say this. We're already at 10 minutes, 11 minutes, so I'm going to get off. Mars-Venus conjunction. Do not waste this energy, this magic, this new chapter on things that are not worth it. The full moon in Taurus showed that this week. Venus and Mars, you do not want to superglue yourself to a relationship that you know is not right, that you know is not working, that you know is not what you should be in. You really are tested this week to step up your value of yourself, and that Scorpio transit that is going on now with Mercury is going to reveal what you deeply, really, truly want. And if you can't get 100%, do not engage. If you're only going to get 99% out of it, back out. Even if it's 99.9% out of it, back out. Scorpio is about 100 or nothing. This is magic. This is the powerfulest doors opening of the year. This is the best week of 2015, right here. It's going to get, a little bit crazier because Saturn and Neptune are going to square in the next couple weeks. And we're going to, especially when the Sun conjoins Saturn, wait till you guys see that. That's in November 26th. Write that down. But I got to be real. This is the powerful time. Create what you really want inside and do not settle for less. This is the week. I hope you have a wonderful one. Check out my website, theleoking.com, or my apps on Apple and Android so you can subscribe to my application or my website, which gives you daily video horoscopes every day for all 12 sun signs. I do weekly tarot, and I do daily tarot, and I do intuitive readings, and I send daily push notifications on your cell phone, all for $5.99 a month. That's how to support me. I still do readings. If you want to do a reading with me, you can get that at inclusiveastrology.com as well. Thank you so much for all the support. I really, truly appreciate it. I hope you do well. And I really hope that I am right with my crapshoot and my rolling of the dice this week. I know I'm going to roll the lucky numbers because I know that in your life this week and all of ours and on Earth, this is the week that changes it all and sets you up, because watch when Saturn leaves shadow, when Saturn hits 5 degrees, you are going to just be like, oh my gosh. And Jupiter's about to have his mind blown in Virgo, that's been so narrow-minded by Uranus and Aries, bringing a wild electric aha moment as Chiron's opposing it with the moon in Leo. I mean, this is magic. Wait and see. Thanks so much. I love you guys. And I'm sending you all my best energy. And I will see you on the next Uncut.